What's really happening in 2020 Democratic polling? I think that it's kind of early to do daily updates about the Democratic primary polling. I think it's too early even to do weekly updates, but I do think that every couple of weeks it's worth checking in on what's going on with 2020 primary polling because we're seeing some pretty interesting shifts. And most notably, and don't shoot the messenger, I'm not a Beto supporter, I'm just telling you what's going on. Beto O'Rourke has been surging since his formal announcement, and he is doing really, really well in terms of fundraising as well. We'll put up a variety of different polling on the screen for you. I've already said I don't see the appeal of Beto as a candidate, but if you look at the Beto O'Rourke polling over the last several months, you will see a definitive upswing since he announced that he is officially a candidate. You also notice that Joe Biden, who still has not announced his candidacy, is holding roughly steady. He's still leading in basically every poll, sort of polling between 26 and 35%, which is pretty significant. If we look at a different sort of slate of polls, you will notice all of the exact same trends. Bernie Sanders also holding roughly steady, ranging between 17 and 27%. Notably, Elizabeth Warren has kind of been trailing off. You will see that Elizabeth Warren in pre-Beto O'Rourke polls was as high as 13%. She's now polling as low as just 4% and as high as 8%. Her campaign just sort of struggling to get going. Also, I'll call your attention to Kamala Harris, who's been trailing off a bit. In the pre-Beto polls, she was in the 5 to 17 range. She's now not polling higher than 12% anywhere. So I don't know what else we can sort of say at this point in time, Pat, other than we know that historically the person that is leading in March of the year before the election does not end up being the nominee. That's important to remember. But otherwise, I don't know what else to make of the polling other than some people are having a hard time getting their campaigns going.
Yeah, the Beto thing is interesting. I would not have guessed that. I don't see the appeal, but that's for me personally. I could see that some people they may think that Beto reminds them of Obama. He has a very similar cadence and demeanor. And maybe they just want to go back to those old days. That's exactly why Joe Biden is leading most of the polls right now, I think. Based on what we've seen in the past 2 years from the Trump administration, people just feel nostalgia for that time. They want to go back to the Obama era. And I think Biden and Beto offer them that.
People, I'm sure, will be pointing out that Andrew Yang doesn't appear in any of these polls. That's true. I mean, he nationally, he's not polling 1% in just about any poll. He says in Iowa he's making some impact, although I haven't seen that polling. He's going to be back on the show next week. And speaking of which, let me know what you want me to talk to him about. I know some people have concerns over Andrew Yang's UBI plan. Some people are concerned about Andrew Yang's opposition to college tuition being paid for through taxes. So he will be back next week. If you have topics that you want me to broach with Andrew Yang, please let me know. I'm looking forward to talking to him. Today's program is sponsored in part by Control Center by Cavo, which simplifies your home theater so you can control everything that's connected to your television with one easy-to-use remote with voice control. You can plug in your sound system, cable or satellite TV, streamer, your game console, and Control Center will control everything for you. No more fiddling with different remotes, weeding through search results to get the content you want. One universal voice remote control controls it all. So say what you want to watch, let Control Center handle the rest. It'll take your at-home entertainment experience from being stressful to being very simple. Enjoy what you want when you want it easily. I have it connected with my TV, sound system, and DVD player, and it has simplified everything. Shop now, get 40% off Control Center with the promo code Pakman. That's $59.95, a 40% discount from the normal price of $99.95. Service plan required, first 45 days free. Control Center is available at caavo.com and Best Buy. Control Center by Cavo, one remote that does it all.